Without a doubt, Netflix has revolutionized the way we watch. Streaming is becoming the norm. Netflix keeps expanding its subscriber base across the globe, and Wall Street loves it. But an influx of powerful competition will soon change the streaming world. And that poses challenges in three key areas for Netflix. Content is still king. And for years, Netflix has offered its own hits, plus access to some of the best content from other media outlets. The most streamed show on the platform in the US? The Office. That's right, an NBC sitcom that ended in 2013.
I don't see what's so hard to believe about that.
And that could be a bit of a problem for Netflix. Netflix originals account for 37% of US streams. That slice has grown, but licensed content is still critical to the platform.
Would you subscribe to Netflix if they didn't have any of the library stuff and they just had all the new content?
That is a possible scenario for Netflix. Disney will be pulling a lot of its content from the service, and others could follow suit.
What we're going to see is every company is going to be fighting for itself. Netflix is going to be streamlined. Will there be churn? Will there be people unsubscribing? I suspect there will be. It remains to be seen, though. I mean, if they come up with enough new House of Cards-like shows, I think they can hold on to them.
But pulling content is a risky bet, as licensing fees are a lucrative business. And losing those in favor of an unknown amount of subscriber fees could cause a net loss in the short run. CNN's parent company, Warner Media, has already signaled that it plans to continue licensing content even after launching a direct-to-consumer platform. Netflix has known that this exodus would be coming for a while, and it has spent such a ridiculous amount of money on original content recently to attract and keep subscribers.
Yes, here's money. Go.
And that leads me to challenge number 2 for Netflix. It has a lot of debt. As of September 2018, the number was more than $8 billion in debt. Add that to over $18 billion in content spending obligations, and, well, Netflix owes a ton of money.
I'd be concerned about the debt. I'd be concerned that in order to get capital, they need to keep borrowing. I'd be concerned about the expenditure. I mean, spending $8 billion in content is probably not sustainable in the long term.
But so far, it seems that debt doesn't really matter to stockholders, as long as the subscriber count keeps rising. And that leads us to Netflix's third challenge. Let's follow the money for a moment here. Where is Netflix really making its money from?
Subscribers. I mean, it's all subscribers. And I think the problem there is if subscribers drop off, there's nowhere else they can get it from.
Let's look at other companies in the streaming space. Apple makes money from these cell phones you might have heard of. Amazon is also the largest retailer in the world. And Disney has box office, ad sales from ABC and ESPN, merchandising of its extremely lucrative franchises, and a little property where dreams come true.
If, cord cutting comes to streaming, or some equivalent sort of backlash or downturn comes to streaming, Disney, Comcast, Warner Media, they'll have other businesses to turn to ride out that storm. Netflix doesn't. The economic history of this country does not smile upon those entities that have a single revenue stream as part of their business model. Historically, those companies tend to struggle or tend to get bought up. That's the red flag for Netflix.
Did you hear that? So what does this influx of powerful competition mean for Netflix going forward?
I hesitate to bet on this, but I think Disney should successfully challenge Netflix in terms of numbers because they just have the content. Does that mean Netflix will see incredible amounts of churn? I don't think so. Does that mean the 55 million plus they have in the US will all desert them? Not at all.
Is Netflix going to still be the Netflix we know now, a couple years from now? Or are we going to see a total change?
If we're defining victory as the company that has far more subscribers digitally than any other company, I think that's going to change. But I don't think Netflix needs to be that in order to survive or even in order to thrive. The idea that it's all or nothing to me, I don't quite get. If you look at the history of entertainment in this country, there are still multiple players. So I think they're still going to be a strong player. Hastings and Sarandos and team have reinvented themselves before. They could do that again. I would not bet against them. I would not write them off. But I do think their dominance will start to soften if these other companies do things right.